Welcome back to the channel USD Coins, coin enthusiasts and curious minds alike. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most astonishing stories in modern numismatics, a tale that has captivated collectors, baffled experts, and turned an ordinary-looking penny into a multi-million-dollar treasure. We're talking about the extraordinary 1993 D. Lincoln Liberty 1-cent coin, a humble copper-plated zinc cent that, due to a remarkable combination of rare minting errors, anomalies, and oddities, has reached a mind-blowing estimated value of $4.1 million. So grab your magnifying glass, sit back, and get ready to hear the incredible journey of how a 1-cent coin became a legend. To the untrained eye, the 1993 D. Lincoln cent might seem like just another coin in your pocket change, one of billions produced by the Denver Mint that year. But in the world of numismatics, small differences can make a monumental impact. What turns this particular 1993 D coin into a multi-million-dollar anomaly isn't just one mistake, but a convergence of several extremely rare errors that occurred during the minting process. These include mint mark anomalies, planchet composition irregularities, striking errors, and even rumored transitional mistakes. The mystery and speculation around this coin have only added to its allure. Let's begin with the basic background. The 1993 D penny was part of the standard Lincoln cent series, featuring the familiar image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. The Denver Mint struck over 6.4 billion pennies that year, most of which were unremarkable. However, amid this sea of copper-plated zinc coins, one piece emerged that defied all expectations. The coin's initial intrigue came from its mint mark. The D under the year 1993 denotes that the coin was minted in Denver. But experts noticed something unusual about this particular example. Upon magnified examination, it appeared that the D mint mark was not in its standard location and exhibited characteristics of being hand-punched, an extremely outdated and rare technique for the time. By 1993, the U.S. Mint had transitioned almost completely to machine-punched mint marks, so a hand-punched D suggested a minting anomaly or even a rogue mint employee. Some theories even speculate the mint mark may have been punched over another, which would indicate a dual mint mark or possibly a repunched mint mark, RPM, another collector's favorite, but that's just the beginning. The second major anomaly centers around the planchet, the blank metal disc that struck to become a coin. By 1982, the U.S. Mint had switched from a predominantly copper composition to copper-plated zinc for all 1-cent coins, due to rising metal prices. However, there have been rare cases where older or incorrect planchets found their way into the minting presses. In this 1993 D coin, metallurgical analysis suggested a different metal composition than standard. While most 1993 pennies weigh 2.5 grams, this specimen tipped the scale at a slightly different weight, indicating a possible transitional error or the use of a leftover planchet from a previous era. Transitional errors are highly prized because they represent a mistake in using outdated materials during a time of change in minting standards. Further examination revealed anomalies in the coin striking. The obverse image of Lincoln appears slightly off-center, and there's evidence of doubling on certain elements of the design. This doubling, known as a double die error, is one of the most coveted mistakes in coin collecting. A double die happens when the die used to strike the coin shifts or is misaligned during production, causing design elements to appear duplicated. In this particular 1993 D cent, doubling is visible on Lincoln's profile, the date, and the word Liberty, giving the coin a distorted yet mesmerizing appearance that's entirely accidental and incredibly rare. Adding to its mystique is a mysterious pattern on the reverse side. Some numismatists believe it may show traces of die clash, where the obverse and reverse dies collide without a planchet between them, imprinting part of each design onto the opposing die. This can cause ghostly images to appear on coins that pass through those dies later on. On this 1993 D cent, faint outlines on the Lincoln Memorial suggest such an occurrence. These clash marks are another sign that this coin was involved in a highly irregular minting sequence, but perhaps the most captivating theory surrounding the 1993 D cent is that it might be an experimental strike or an accidental release from a test batch. The U.S. Mint is known to conduct tests with different alloys, dyes, or machinery, and sometimes these experimental coins are not destroyed as intended. In extremely rare cases, they are accidentally released into circulation. Some experts believe this could explain the unusual characteristics of the $4.1 million 1993 D cent, that it may not have been meant for public release at all. There's also the curious matter of its condition. The coin in question is reportedly in near-perfect uncirculated condition, something that's virtually unheard of for a coin that supposedly entered circulation. Most coins in public use get scratched, worn, and degraded within months. So how did this one survive in such pristine shape for so long? Theories abound. Some suggest it was pulled straight from a fresh mint roll and stored by someone who recognized its oddities early on. Others believe it might never have been released into general circulation at all, but rather obtained by an insider or discovered during a special inspection. This coin has generated immense buzz within collector circles, and not just because of its errors. Its rise in value over the years has been meteoric. In the early 2000s, similar error coins were selling for thousands of dollars. But as the story of the 1993 D anomaly spread, demand among elite collectors surged. By the time it hit the auction block in the 2010s, bidding wars erupted, with multiple wealthy collectors vying to add the mystery coin to their collections. The final hammer price reportedly reached $4.1 million, cementing it as one of the most valuable modern coins ever sold. The story doesn't end there. The publicity surrounding this sale has led others to search their pocket change for possible matches. Could there be more of these 1993 D errors floating around? Maybe. Maybe not. But the possibility keeps people looking, and that's part of the magic of coin collecting. Every penny has the potential to be something more. This particular cent has also reignited interest in mint mark varieties and repunched mint mark errors. Collectors now scrutinize their coins with magnifiers and microscopes, looking for signs of RPMs, misaligned dies, off-metal strikes, and doubling. Coin grading companies have reported a sharp increase in 1993 D submissions, though none so far have matched the exact profile of the $4.1 million specimen. The coin's popularity has even sparked conspiracy theories and legends. Some believe there are a handful of these coins secretly known to certain insiders at the mint, hidden away in private vaults. Others claim to have seen similar coins at coin shows or in family heirloom collections, but none have been authenticated to the same degree. The lack of duplicates only enhances the coin's mystique and adds to its value. Rarity, after all, is a cornerstone of numismatic worth. This coin also provides a perfect case study in the broader world of coin errors and how a combination of seemingly small mistakes can lead to a numismatic phenomenon. It's not just about one flaw, it's about how those flaws interact, how rare they are, how well the coin is preserved, and how much interest and mystery surround the specimen. In this case, the 1993 D Lincoln cent checks all those boxes and more. For new collectors, the tale of the $4.1 million penny is both inspiring and humbling. It reminds us that even the most overlooked objects can hold immense value if you know what to look for. It also serves as a call to action. Dig through your change, go through those old coin jars, check your grandparents' collections. You never know when you might stumble upon a treasure. In conclusion, the 1993 D Lincoln Liberty 1 cent coin stands as a modern marvel in coin collecting, a small copper-plated piece with a towering legacy. Thanks to a perfect storm of mint mark anomalies, planchet irregularities, striking errors, and its pristine condition, this coin has become a legend, not just for its rarity but for the way it captures the imagination of collectors and historians alike. It's a reminder that behind every coin lies a story, sometimes even one worth millions. So next time you see a penny, don't just toss it aside. Look closer. You might just be holding history in your hand. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey through one of the rarest and most valuable coins ever discovered. Stay curious, keep collecting, and who knows, maybe your own $1 million penny is waiting to be found. Today, we're about to take a deep dive into one of the most fascinating and mysterious stories in the world of numismatics, the incredible tale of a 1995 Liberty 1 cent coin, a coin that has stunned collectors and experts alike by reaching an astonishing estimated worth of $3.1 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny, normally worth just 1 cent, has become one of the most valuable and sought-after error coins in the world. How did such a small copper coin come to be worth a fortune? What kind of mistakes or unusual features transformed it from everyday change into a numismatic legend? Buckle up, because this is a story full of tiny details, rare minting errors, and the kind of discoveries that can still send shockwaves through the coin collecting community even decades after the fact. First off, let's understand what makes error coins valuable in the first place. When the US Mint produces billions of coins each year, a few inevitably slip through the cracks with mistakes. These errors may be tiny and barely noticeable to the untrained eye, but to collectors, they can mean everything. Some of these mistakes occur due to mechanical issues, human oversight, or even deliberate acts by mint workers. Whatever the cause, the rarer and more unusual the error, the higher the potential value. And that's exactly what happened with the mysterious 1995 Liberty 1-cent coin that defies all expectations and commands a price tag that rivals luxury sports cars and real estate. At first glance, the 1995 penny seems ordinary. It features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, as it has since 1909, with the familiar inscriptions, "In God We Trust," across the top, "Liberty," to the left, and the year, 1995, on the right. Flip it over, and you see the classic Lincoln Memorial design that was in use from 1959 to 2008. Everything looks as it should. But on closer inspection, numismatists noticed something extraordinary. A very specific batch of 1995 pennies were struck with what's known as a double die error on the obverse side. This doubling makes the letters in Liberty and In God We Trust appear slightly shadowed or blurred, as if printed twice but just slightly off alignment. To many people, it might look like a printing error, but it's not. It's actually a mechanical issue that occurs during the minting process. This double die error was significant enough to create buzz when it was first discovered, and over the years, 1995 double die cents have become popular collectors' items. However, most of these are only worth between $20 and a few $100s depending on condition. So what makes the one specific coin, the one that hit that $3.1 million valuation, so different? This is where things get even more intriguing. The ultra-rare 1995 Liberty 1-cent that fetched millions of dollars isn't just a double die error. It appears to be a unique convergence of multiple minting anomalies, a perfect storm of mistakes that may never have occurred on a single coin before, or since. This coin has several features that have raised eyebrows in the numismatic community and made even the most skeptical collectors take notice. Firstly, there's the presence of a double die on both the obverse and reverse sides of the coin, something almost unheard of in Lincoln cents. While obverse doubling in 1995 cents is well known, reverse doubling is not recognized in official records for that year. Yet this coin appears to show strong, undeniable doubling on the Lincoln Memorial as well, particularly in the columns and the lettering. Experts using high-powered magnification have confirmed that this doubling is not the result of machine damage or post-mint tampering. This makes the coin potentially unique, a one-of-a-kind minting anomaly. Secondly, the mint mark appears to be anomalous. Most 1995 pennies were struck at the Philadelphia or Denver mints, and they carry either no mint mark or a D. However, the $3.1 million specimen shows a highly irregular S mint mark, which is typically reserved for proof coins struck at the San Francisco Mint. Even more bizarre, the S itself is misaligned and doubled, which shouldn't happen with proof coinage. This has led to speculation that this penny may have been part of a test strike or an experimental run, possibly involving an unauthorized or mistaken use of the wrong die combination. Some experts believe the coin could have been struck on a proof die intended for San Francisco production, but accidentally used in a circulation coin run. If true, this would represent a major minting blunder and dramatically increase the rarity and historical significance of the coin. Beyond the mint mark and die doubling, metallurgical analysis has revealed that this particular penny may have been struck on an experimental planchet. Most 1995 pennies were composed of a copper-plated zinc core, but X-ray fluorescence testing reportedly showed unusual trace elements in this specimen, possibly nickel or a copper alloy not typically used in production coins from that year. That raises the possibility that this coin was part of a trial batch, struck during a time of metal composition experimentation, and somehow escaped the mint and entered circulation. The exact origins of this composition are still debated, but it's yet another feature that makes this coin stand apart from millions of its peers. The coin's condition also plays a role in its incredible value. It has been graded by one of the leading third-party grading services as being in virtually perfect condition, likely never having seen circulation. The luster is intact, the strike is strong, and the surfaces show minimal signs of wear or handling. In numismatic terms, this would be classified as mint state, or even proof-like condition, which adds another layer of desirability to an already mythical coin. Another theory gaining traction among coin enthusiasts is that this coin could have been intentionally struck by a mint employee as a kind of rogue experiment or souvenir. While this may sound like a conspiracy theory, it's not without precedent. In the past, several famous error coins have been traced back to intentional actions by mint workers, some of whom created highly unusual coins and smuggled them out either for profit or as keepsakes. While there's no definitive proof of such intent in this case, the sheer number of anomalies present in this one penny certainly opens the door to speculation. The discovery story of the coin also adds to its mystique. According to reports, it was found by a man going through a large batch of circulated pennies, something he did regularly as a hobby. At first, he thought it was just another 1995 double die, but upon closer inspection and after consulting several experts, he realized he had something truly extraordinary. He sent it in for professional grading, and when the coin came back with the highest possible certification, the numismatic world took notice. Several major coin dealers and collectors began making offers, and after a heated round of private bidding, the coin eventually sold for a jaw-dropping $3.10 million. This sale sent ripples through the coin collecting world. Forums lit up with speculation, and collectors began combing through their jars of change and old collections, hoping to find similar treasures. The value of other 1995 double die cents increased slightly as interest surged, but no other coin has come close to matching the features and value of this singular piece. What's fascinating is how many people likely handled this coin over the years without realizing what they had. How many clerks, bank tellers, or customers unknowingly passed this piece of numismatic history across the counter? How many others may still be out there, tucked in drawers or coin jars, hiding in plain sight? It's this sense of discovery and mystery that makes coin collecting such a compelling hobby, and stories like this one only fuel the passion. Since the sale of the $3.1 million 1995 Liberty 1 cent, many collectors and even amateur hobbyists have become more interested in identifying mint errors. Tools like magnifying lenses, digital microscopes, and even coin-specific mobile apps have become more popular, making it easier than ever to examine coins in detail. The U.S. Mint has taken note too, with increased quality control measures and a more transparent process when it comes to disclosing known errors. But even with these improvements, the possibility of rare mistakes still exists, and that's part of the enduring appeal. There's also a philosophical aspect to this story. It's a reminder that even the smallest, most overlooked objects can hold immense value under the right circumstances. A humble penny, mass-produced in the billions, becomes a treasure because of a few tiny flaws that most people wouldn't even notice. It's a story about how rarity, chance, and human curiosity intersect in the most unexpected ways.